What is up, guys? You might be wondering where I exactly am. I'm actually with my parents celebrating my mother's birthday. Happy birthday to my mom. Let's talk about Birth of the Dragon. So this is set against the backdrops of 1960s San Francisco. Birth of the Dragon is a modern take on the classic movies that Bruce Lee was known for. Its inspiration is based on an alleged showdown between Bruce Lee and Kung Fu master Wong Jack Man. A lot of people say this is the battle that made Bruce Lee what he is today, what made his film so iconic. This film absolutely was not on my radar of big movies to watch during the summer. But I do love action films, I do love fighting movies. Movies like The Raid 2, and you could argue that even though they're different styles of fighting, Bruce Lee was a big reason why we have Kung Fu movies, why we have these more Asian-influenced fighting movies, because he made it more mainstream. He brought it to the Western culture. The film tries to make kind of a biography-style film of Bruce Lee and his time in the 60s in America, like right before he was about to start making big movies and becoming a big action star. Now, all I really wanted was for the movie to have a lot of action, to give me some good fighting, and maybe tell me some stuff that I didn't know about Bruce Lee, and give me a compelling story on why I should start watching his work. And the film is confused on who its main character is. Either it's Bruce Lee that the movie is based on, or it's this really random white dude that has a story about him and a love interest and him trying to rescue said love interest from a mafia type scenario. It has absolutely zero to do about what the actual story should have been, which is Bruce Lee and his experience of trying to make Kung Fu more mainstream for people, but instead it gets bogged down by this stupid side story that takes precedence over a lot of the film. As far as the characters, I think that they were pretty underutilized. They're very bland characters. It's a little bit weird to see Bruce Lee portrayed in this film. I myself haven't watched many Bruce Lee films. I know that he was a great Kung Fu fighter, and I've seen those little short snippets of the 1-inch punch, but if I were to base who Bruce Lee is off of this movie, he's kind of a dick. Yeah, he kind of just goes around and saying, "Oh, well, look how great I am," and just kind of picks on everybody in the movie. I don't know if that was their intention to make him more of a flawed character, but at the end of the day, Bruce Lee, I just don't care about him after this movie. Now, as far as the other side of Kung Fu, with the sensei Wong Jack Man, who comes to America wanting to try to convince Bruce Lee why it's a bad idea to westernize Kung Fu, his character had a little bit more depth to him. I did see him as somebody that I can invest a little bit more emotion into, a lot more than Bruce Lee, because again, he just comes across as a jackass. But with Wong Jack Man, there was something there, and I do think that that's something worth meriting. The fighting isn't really good. You would never say that it's something like The Raid or The Raid 2 or John Wick or John Wick 2 or even The Matrix. It's very basic as far as its setup. It's very basic in its camera work. Towards the end, there is one action piece that did get a little bit more exciting for me, but overall, it's a pretty bland movie. There's not much to care about with it, and much like a lot of these Kung Fu movies, it's easy to tell how faked it is. I'm going to give Birth of the Dragon a 3 out of 10. So if you've seen Birth of the Dragon, maybe you haven't, you probably haven't, leave a comment down below. Tell me what type of Kung Fu movies I should check out. Why is Bruce Lee so incredible in the films? Give me a reason. Make sure to subscribe and like this video. Thank you again, as always, for watching, and I will see you at the next review.